Alright, thanks for tuning in. For today's video, I got out on a Saturday morning. It was extremely busy. The parking lot was full when I arrived, and I got there early, so someone had caught a fish evidently, and the word gets out quick. But Lake Lanier, being so close to Atlanta, is a crowded lake at times. And on this day we had a heavy wind, a lot of fishing pressure, so I just headed to the windy points, threw my little bucktail jig in the wind. The water was still pretty stained. We've had a lot of rain lately. The lake has really come up, but all you need to do is go to these windy points and throw some small minnow imitation. I prefer my hair jigs because there's just something a little extra when you can catch a fish on something that you make. But any store-bought jig will work. You just have to get the size right, get the color right, and it's more about the technique than it is the lure. Jig head with a twister tail grub, a jig head with a fluke on it. I mean, there's lots of different size of fluke style baits you can put on a jig head. They'll all work. But stay tuned for this one. I caught some good fish. Thanks again for watching. Ooh, water's pretty dirty. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'm here on a Saturday morning. Unfortunately, the boat ramp parking lot was already full. Kind of disappointing. I prefer fishing during the week, but I think it's gonna rain tomorrow. Got a stiff wind already. There it is. I believe it's a spot, but that's okay. Even in this dirty water. Yeah, I like catching fish. So. Ooh, it's a nice one too. Nice one. Nice. First fish of the day. Love it. There just might be another. Kind of surprised there's no stripers here. That's a good sign. Once again, it's steep and deep. This area I'm fishing here has got a lot of rocks and it's a steep drop off. Boy, it feels like a good one whenever it's spot, for sure. Oh my gosh. It's a jumbo. the size of that fish. It's a giant. I suppose I ought to try to weigh that one. It's a big one. But it's 3.66. I'll take it. That's a beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. The old trusty hair jig, I'm telling you. It's not easy fishing this wind. Man, I'm telling you, it's but I caught a couple of nice ones. Boy, that was a good fish. Nice fish. Dirty as this water is, you wouldn't think they'd be able to see it. So just coming out on, fishing the windy points, but it's got to be steep and deep. You want it to drop off quick. There's a few fish on this point. You can see here on my fish finder, lots of bait. There's another big school of bait. There he is. Boy, it's another nice one. Right on the rocks up on the point in the wind. Another nice one. All you got to do is come to the points, especially when it's windy like this. Another nice chunk. Way down there deep. I knew there'd be one. There might be another. See if I can catch it. rusty. This one's a little smaller, but I'll take it. The old truck. Starting to get too crowded for my liking. I got some stripers. That's a good sign. Yes, I'm gonna have to see if I can catch a couple of those. This is an example of what I'm looking for today. Just a point kind of off the beaten path. It's a crowded day here on a Saturday. I'm just trying to find fish that maybe haven't been hammered already. So I should catch a fish on this point. I believe I got me a striper here. Yeah, just up there. First striper of the day. Nice. I don't know, 6-pounder, 7-pounder maybe. You can see another little point here, rocky, it drops off into deep water. Got a place I'm looking for. I'm sitting in 30 feet of water, and this bank, it's like a bluff, it drops straight down. Another one. Oh, it's a big one. It's a big one. Oh, it's another good one. Just saying about fishing areas that it's a largemouth. It's a nice one. Good fish. That's probably 2.5, maybe 3. Interesting. That's an area I really wouldn't have expected a largemouth to be in. You know, the old bucktail jig is the most effective. It's the simplest lure there can be. It's just deer hair and a lead head jig. I use a 3/0 hook when I tie my jigs. It doesn't get any simpler, but man, it's just deadly. Especially on a day like today. There's thousands of fishermen out. They're all throwing crankbaits and spinnerbaits and, you know, traditional difference though. Something the fish don't see a whole lot of. So I'm going to turn the boat so you can see this point here. I caught one here earlier, but it's perfect. Got wind blowing on it. Don't be afraid to come back and fish an area again. I mean, there may not be one, but there was earlier. Parking lot is full. All right, thanks for tuning in. For 2.5, 3 hours fishing, wasn't too bad. Just remember, the wind is your friend. It positions those fish on the points. It'll work anywhere, any lake, for any species really. But thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time.